Hi dear students, I am your Srinivas sir from Sri Sai Sadbhavana School. Now we are moving to the 17th lesson in social studies, that is our national symbols. What is our national symbols? You know very well which is our country. Yes, India. India is our country. We call it as our nation. So to represent India in other countries or to represent the India, we have some national symbols. We have some national symbols like national emblem, national insignia, okay, national flag, national flower, national fruit, national tree. Like that, we have given some names for them. So, which are they? What are the importance of it? Why we have chosen them as the national symbols? We will study in this chapter. The lesson name is our national symbols. Page number 90. And now I am start reading. Every independent nation in the world has its own national symbols like national flag, national emblem, national anthem, and national song. They are unique to each nation. National symbols are also known as national insignia. India also has its own national symbols that highlight its rich culture. Yes, what we had. Every independent nation, if they are not in the any other country as ruling, if we are independent, we have our own national symbols. We have our own national symbols. Before 1947, the Britishers are ruling us. At that time, we don't have any of our national symbols. After the independence, yes, we got our national symbols. Like national flag. Which are the national symbols? Our national flag is our national symbol. National emblem, national anthem, national song. They are unique to each nation. That is very, very important. Unique means very, very important to the nation. National symbols are also known as national insignia. India also has its own national symbols that highlight its rich culture. Yes, we have some national symbols which shows our rich culture. Now we will go one by one. First one is national emblem. The Ashoka pillar of Saranatha near Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh was adopted as our national emblem on 26 January 1950. The lion capital was built by Ashoka the Great was who ruled our country during the 3rd century. The national emblem has two parts, the crest and the base. The crest shows 4 lions standing back to back, the fourth being hidden from view. Carvings of a horse on the left and a bull on the right can be seen at the base. The horse stands for energy and speed, and the bull stands for right conduct. Between these two carvings is a wheel known as the Dharma Chakra. The words Satyameva Jayate are written below the chakra. They mean truth alone triumphs. The crest is mounted on a bell-shaped base carved like a lotus with inverted petals. The emblem appears on all Indian currency. It is also found on all government letters and other papers. So first we will go for the national emblem. They have given here. The Ashoka pillar of Saranatha near Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. Yes, this is very, very important. Ashoka pillar in Uttar near Varanasi of Saranath. This is the place. Saranath is the place where it is near Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. There he constructed one pillar. It is constructed by the Ashoka who ruled our country during the 3rd century. Ashoka was a great ruler. Ashoka was a great ruler. So he built that pillar. He built that pillar. We accepted or we adopted that as the national emblem on 26 January 1950. Yes, on 26 January 1950, we adopted that as our national emblem. What it consists of? The lion capital. See here, they have given here the figure that is called as the lion capital. The lion capital was built by Ashoka, the great who ruled our country during the 3rd century. Yes, in the 3rd century he is ruling. 3rd century means in the at the year of 300. Now we have 2021. When it is 300, at the time he is ruling. The national emblem has two parts. Yes, it has two parts. See the crest and the base. The crest, this is the what the lions are called as the crest, and the below some part is there, that is the base, that is called as the base. Crest and the base. The crest shows 4 lions standing back to back, the 4th being hidden from view. Yes, you can see the 4 lion faces. 1, 2, 3, but the another one is backside. Another one is backside, we can't see from the front. The crest shows 4 lions standing back to back, the 4th being hidden from the view. Carvings of a horse on the left and a bull on the right can be seen at the base. Yes, at the base. After this, here on base is there. Carvings of horse. Here it is horse and here it is bull is there. Okay. The horse stands for energy and speed. Yes, what the hands, we will represent this horse as the for the purpose of speed and the power. Speed and energy. Okay, and the bull stands for right conduct. Yes, the bull stands for right conduct. Between these two carvings, it is a wheel known as Dharma Chakra. Yes, here is one wheel that is called as Dharma Chakra. Dharma Chakra means all the dharmas are equal. We will rule with the Dharma. The words Satyameva Jayate are written below the chakra. Here below this Satyameva Jayate are written. They mean truth alone triumphs. That means always the truth wins. Which means the truth always wins. Satyameva Jayate. Satya means truth. Jayate means winning. The crest is mounted on a bell-shaped base. It is mounted on the bell-shaped base, carved like a lotus with inverted petals. That means petals are inverted. It is carved on a bell like this. Bell-shaped it is. The petals are carved here. On this, it is mounted. Where we can see this national emblem, it appears on all our currencies. Yes, any coin, any note you take, on that the national emblem represents, on all the government offices. That is Vidhan Saudha, like the Taluk headquarters and the district headquarters, all the offices, we can see this national emblem. And on all the government papers. On all the government paper, we can see letters and other papers, we can see this national emblem. See, they have given the national emblem on the Legislative Assembly, that is on the Vidhana Saudha. Not only in Vidhana Saudha, on all DC offices. On the top of the DC offices, we can see this national emblem. I hope you understand what is the national emblem. Where we are taken, it is taken from the Ashoka pillar of Saranatha. It has got 4 lions standing back to back. We can see only 3. The another one is on the back side. Below we can see the horse, which stands for energy and speed, and the bull, which stands for the right conduct. And below that, in the center, we have Dharma Chakra. In between the horse and the bull, we have Dharma Chakra. The words Satyameva Jayate are written below the chakras. They mean that truth alone triumphs. Satyameva Jayate, always the truth wins. Where we can see this throughout the India, we can see this national emblem everywhere in all the government offices and all the government letters and all the government advertisements. Everywhere we can see this national emblem. That is very, very important. So this is about the national emblem. So what is which is our national emblem? The 4 lion. Yes, our national emblem is lion capital. Which is our national emblem? Lion capital. Next come to national flag. The tricolor is the national flag of our country. It is a symbol of freedom to all the people of our nation. It is rectangular in shape. It has 3 horizontal bands on equal size, saffron on top, white in the middle, and a dark green at the bottom. The saffron color in the flag signifies courage and sacrifice of great martyrs. White stands for peace and purity, and the green color stands for prosperity and fertility. There is a navy blue wheel in the center of white band. It is known as the wheel of Dharma or wheel of Ashoka. The wheel has 24 spokes. Our national flag is hoisted on national festivals like the Independence Day and the Republic Day. The Prime Minister of our country hoists the flag on Independence Day and the President hoists it on the Republic Day. So, national flag, you know the national flag of our country, it is tricolor. Tricolor means three-colored flag. The tricolor is the national flag of our country. It is a symbol of freedom to all the people of our nation. Yes, when we got the symbol, at the first time we hoist that three-colored flag. It is rectangular in shape. Yes, what is the shape of our flag? It is rectangular. Like this, the flag is there. It has three bands equally dimension. That means it has three horizontal bands of equal size. Yes, three bands are of equal size. The first one is saffron. You know this. This is the saffron. Next one is white. This is white and this is green. In the middle, we have Dharma Chakra, that is the Ashokana pillars, Dharma Chakra in blue color. White in the middle, under the dark green at the bottom. The saffron color in the flag signifies courage. Yes, what that indicates? Saffron indicates the courage and sacrifice of great martyrs. Yes, so many people are sacrificed for our country. They sacrifice their life for our country, so that we show on behalf of them. And white stands for peace and purity. Yes, white stands for peace and purity. And green color stands for prosperity and fertility. Yes, we have so much of fertile land and prosperity we have in our India has. So that one we will show here. That means we have the all in equal courage, peace as well as the prosperity. There is a navy blue wheel in the center of the white band. It is known as the wheel of Dharma or wheel of Ashoka. The wheel has 24 spokes. Yes, in the between, this wheel has 24 spokes. That means from the center to the wheel, we have 24 spokes. That means lines. Our national flag is hoisted on the national festivals like Independence Day and Republic Day. Yes, in all our schools, in all the offices and everywhere we hoist on Independence Day as well as on the Republic Day. The Prime Minister of our country hoists the flag on the Independence Day and the President hoists it on the Republic Day. The Prime Minister hoists our flag in the near Red Fort, on the Red Fort flagpole. He hoists on the Independence Day, and on Republic Day, President hoists it. Rules to be observed while hoisting the national flag. Yes, it is very, very important. We have to give respect to that one. So some rules and regulations they made for the purpose of this national flag, hoisting the national flag. So what are they? We will read. The saffron band on the flag should always be on the top when the flag is unfurled. The flag must be hoisted after sunrise and must be brought down just before sunset. While hoisting the flag, everyone should stand and salute it. Yes, they are given how we have to hoist the flag. The saffron band of the flag should always be on the top when the flag is unfurled. That means when the flag is hoisted, always the saffron should be in the top. If anything that means ulta, that means green color if it come, it is an offense. Always the saffron should be in the top. Always saffron should be in the top. The flag must be hoisted after the sunrise. That means after the sunrise only you have to hoist the flag, and before the sunset you have to dehoist or brought down just before the sunset. Just before the sunset you dehoist or brought down just before the sunset. While hoisting the flag, everyone should stand and salute it. Yes, at the time of hoisting, everyone should stand properly and salute it with some song, national anthem. We have to sing. Try this, they have given. Draw the tricolor flag of our country, color it and write what each band of the flag indicates or stands for. Yes, in the class for you do this one. Okay. Next we'll go for national song. National song Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram, written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, is our national song. It is taken from the novel Ananda Math, written by him. Ananda Math, written by him. Okay, which is our national song, Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram written by who? It is written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee was a national award poet, international award poet. He has got the Nobel Prize also. Sorry, he didn't got Nobel Prize. Rabindranath Tagore got that one. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee also a good poet. He written this Vande Mataram in his national song. It is our national song. It is taken from the novel Anandamath written by him. See here they are given the Vande Mataram. Sorry, national anthem they have given here. An anthem is a song of dedication, tribute and loyalty. The national anthem of our country starts with Jana Gana Mana. It was composed by the great poet Rabindranath Tagore in Bengali language and was adapted as the national anthem of India on January 24th, January 1950. 24th January 1950. We have adapted it as our national anthem. Here they are given the words, everything, how to read, how to sing, you know very well, because in our schools at the time of the starting we are singing this Jana Gana Mana. The complete song consists of 5 stanzas. The first stanza is the full version of our national anthem. The song is to be sung within the time duration of 52 seconds. Yes, it has some music and with everything. You have to finish it within 52 seconds. If you take more time also, it is an offense. If you finish it as early before that one also, it is an offense. Within 52 seconds, you have to finish it. Our national anthem is sung on all national festivals and at official meetings of the government. When the anthem is sung or played, we should stand at attention to show our respect to the nation. Respect to the nation. Yes, when our national anthem is sung on all national festivals and at official meetings, we have to salute it. And all the national festivals like Independence Day, Republic Day, and in all the meetings, when we are closing or when we are starting, we have to sing the national anthem compulsory. So when we are singing the national anthem, you should stand properly and give respect to the national anthem. Okay, and that is what we are showing the national anthem respect. That is what we are showing to our nation also. Okay, so this is about the national song and the national anthem. So which is our national song? Vande Mataram written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. National anthem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. That is Jana Gana Mana. That is Jana Gana Mana. 24th January we adopted this as our national anthem. 1950, 24th January. So it consists of 5 stanzas. The first stanza is full version of our national anthem. It's this song to be sung within the time duration of 52 seconds. We can give a respect to the stand at the attention to show our respect to the nation. Next come to national animal. Tiger is considered as our national animal because it was found in large numbers long ago and also for its courage and majestic beauty. When the population of tigers started to decrease, the government of India started the Project Tiger, a program to protect tigers and prevent them from extinction. Yes, which is our national animal. Tiger is our national animal. Tiger is our national animal. Tiger is considered as our national animal because it was found in large numbers long ago. Long ago, we have large number of tigers. So we consider it as the national animal because of for its courage and majestic beauty. Yes, tiger looks so beautiful. So for its majestic beauty and its courage, we adopted it as our national animal. Okay. Next, when the population of tigers started to decrease, yes, by hunting and by deforestation, the population of the tigers come to down. So we started the project. Our Indian government started the Project Tiger, a program to protect tigers and prevent from the extinction. What is the meaning of extinction? Come to an end. Yes, if we go for hunting like this, they will come to an end. Just we can see them in the pictures only. So for that reason, they started Project Tiger to save the tigers. Now some places are allotted for them to live freely. There now the numbers are increasing. Now the number of tigers are increasing. So this is about our national animal. Next come to national bird. Peacock is our national bird. It is a native of our country and is found in large numbers near the lakes in the jungles. It has beautiful and colorful feathers. Yes, all of you seen this national bird in our national park. Peacock is our national bird. Because of its beauty, we adopted it as a national bird. It is a native of our country. It is from our country only and is found in large numbers near the lakes in the jungles. Yes, wherever you see the lakes, it is available in large numbers. In our near our houses also, in the forest also, we can see the peacock because of its beauty. When it starts dances, we can see the beautiful peacock. It has beautiful and colorful feathers. With all the feathers, it dances. So it is so beautiful. So we adopted it as the national bird. Next come to national flower. Lotus is our national flower. It symbolizes purity, beauty and knowledge. The lotus plant has broad leaves and pink flowers. It grows in ponds and lakes. Yes, which is our national flower. Lotus is our national flower. It symbolizes purity, beauty and knowledge. For its purity, beauty and knowledge, it is symbolizes. We can give it as a symbol for the purity because it grows in the pond. And beauty, it is beautiful, so beautiful pink color, and it has also an example for knowledge. We can say it is symbolized for the purity, beauty and knowledge. The lotus plant has broad leaves and pink flowers. Yes, it has broad leaves and pink color. It grows in ponds and lakes. Yes, in festivals we can bring that one for the puja also. Next, national tree. Banyan, a native tree of India, is our national tree. It is taken as immortal because of its long life. This tree is regarded as the nerve center of village life. Yes, in everywhere, in all the villages, we can see this banyan tree. This is also a native tree of India. Native means it is growing in our India only. It is started in our only. It is our national tree. It is taken as immortal because of its long life. Yes, this tree lives for long, so many years. Long life. It has long life. This tree is regarded as the nerve center of village life. Yes, in a village, before the independence and everything, all the settlements and all the people are joining to discuss the improvement or anything near this banyan tree only. In below that banyan tree, they all sat and discuss about the village and everything. What we call it as panchayati and everything, they are all conducting near the banyan tree. So this tree as we have taken as the national tree. In all villages, we can see this national tree. Next, national fruit. Mango is our national fruit. It is a fruit found in countries with tropical monsoon seasons. Being a monsoon country, a large variety of mangoes are grown in India. India does not have a national language. Hindi and English are our official languages. Hindi is largely spoken and is the official language of many states of India. Yes, which is our national fruit. Mango is our national fruit. It is a fruit found in countries with tropical monsoon seasons. That means in the summer season, we can get it. Being a monsoon country, our India is also a summer-like weather. We have always. So, a large variety of mangoes are grown in India. For that reason, we adopted this as the national fruit. India does not have a national language. We don't have any national language. Hindi and English are our official languages. Official languages means we are using for the communication in the government offices. We use Hindi as well as the English. Hindi is largely spoken and is the official languages of many states of India. Yes, Hindi, we can. It is largely spoken in our India by the people. So it is the official language of many states of India. So this is about the national symbols. Our national symbols. First one is the national emblem, that is the lion capital. Next one is national flag, tricolor flag. Next one is the national song, Vande Mataram. Next, national anthem, Janagana Mana. National animal, tiger. National bird, peacock. National flower, lotus. National tree, banyan tree. And the national fruit is mango. So these are all about our national symbols. Now we will go for, do you know? The values of our currencies are written in 15 languages spoken in our country. Yes, on any note, just to see In 15 languages, we have C, the value of the currency. Value of the currency are written in 15 languages. Akbar, the Mughal king, planted a large number of mango trees in the garden in his palace. Yes, Akbar has planted, the Mughal king planted a large number of mango trees because for its better taste, for its best taste, to get the best taste, he planted so many trees, or that is also so many variety of mango trees, not only one variety. So let us recall, every independent nation has its own national symbols. National symbols are exclusive and they highlight the rich culture of the nation. Yes, by the symbols itself, we can say our country is very good country and we have rich culture and everything. We have to pride about it, proud about it. We have to proud about these national symbols. I hope you understand this lesson. We'll continue in the next lesson. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.